Ladies and gentlemen, I'll speak in Polish first and then I will switch into English. So first of all, let me thank you for being here today. I'm the head of New Direction, a foundation. It's a conservative think tank. We work in Brussels. We are affiliated to the ECR group in the European Parliament. This is a conservative group. And the Polish ruling party, my party, is also a member of this group, Law and Justice. What do we do? Well, we deal with very important debates and deliberations which focus on the most important issues for the development and the future of the European Union. So, topics that concern our lives, the lives of European citizens. These are topics that we think are not well analyzed or researched at the European level. So we think that the way the European Union is heading lacks a very rational side, a rational aspect which is based on the experience. So a rational, a reasonable approach to where the EU should go, which direction. So should it be a federalistic super state with the member states being only small dents in this huge machine, or maybe we should have a European Union with sovereign governments which work together, which are coordinated by the Parliament or the Commission, so that the EU relies on and builds on some values that are important to us. So both philosophical values and economic values, which would allow us to build a European Union as a continent which respects values, the freedom of speech, which respects freedom of thought and freedom of debate. We think that this is what the EU is missing. Therefore, hence the think tank, the foundation, New Direction. For a few years now, we've been trying to organize intellectual debate. Well, we had a bump on the road, which was the pandemic. So we've been trying to organize these debates, and this is a good example, a conference about green conservatism, about the green policy of the European Union, because we believe that the EU's policy is completely against the expectations and the interest of society. So let me welcome you to this second day of the conference. Yesterday we also had some very interesting roundtables. And hopefully, after this meeting, we will draft a report and we will perform very thorough analyses to be shared later on with the EU and member states on the future of the EU in terms of energy, climate, the environment. I think that Poland has a lot to say here, and Poland can show the EU that its current path, its current direction is not the right one, and I think it's counterproductive. It will rather weaken the competitiveness of the European economy. There's the policy, the current European climate policy, what the European Conservatives and Reformist Party, our friends in the EU and the state, the government of Poland, well, we consider these policies a dead end, not the right way. It's not the right way. But therefore, we've organized this meeting, and let me thank you for being here once more.
I would like to thank you very much for your presence today. I'm very appreciated for being with us. I'm very happy that we would be able to discuss about very, very important subject of the current policy of the European Union, I mean about the green policy. From our point of view, speaking on behalf also on my friends, Polish members of the European Parliament, but also my colleagues in Polish government, this current drive of the European Union is absolutely unacceptable in terms of the green policy. 2 days ago, thanks to the help of my friends from Spain, from other countries, from Holland, we are able to reject the first draft of the proposal delivered by European Commission, proposal on Fit for 55. But unfortunately, I read yesterday evening that the European Commission is going to return again during the next parliamentary session in Brussels at the end of June. We will again talk about this, what was already rejected. This is what is absolutely unacceptable. This is what is absolutely unfair, taking into account, the cooperation and inside the European Union. Something what was rejected should be kept as a rejected. Now they are going to come back with this issue again to the European Parliament. But as a Poland, we won a lot in the past in terms of this policy. We presented many reasonable documents and many reasonable arguments concerning the bad way and the wrong way on taking into account the green policy of the European Union, based on our experience, based on our knowledge, based on our living also in Poland, because it's impossible to immediately impose Poland, immediately force Poland to reduce the CO2 within 10 years. It's completely it's mockery. It's absolutely unacceptable. It's also impossible to decide about the current drive of the green policy in the European Union without consultation, without deep consultation with all member states in the European Union, because, as I said, Poland and other members of the European Union from eastern flank of the European Union, we have a completely different experiences and different knowledge concerning the green policy, which is also from our point of view, which should be also based on our point of view, absolutely significantly modified and improved based on real expectations of people, not by real expectations of bureaucrats, not by real expectations of technocrats who are decide about it in Brussels. So this is the absolutely hot, very important point of the current discussion in the European Union. And New Direction, think tank, I'm honored to be president, we will do the best in order to prepare the reasonable materials, files, documents, in order to distribute it among the members of the European Parliament, members of the national parliaments, members of the national governments, in order to create the so-called coalition in favor to reasonable green policy in the future in the European Union. Not prepared by only bureaucrats and technocrats and European Commission, but also by member states. This is the most important thing, and also take into account the war on Ukraine. In Ukraine, you can clearly see what's happened if some countries were totally dependent on one source of energy, like Germany, for example. So we need to diversify. In Poland, we do a lot. We did a lot in order to diversify the sources of energy. We built the gazoport in Świnoujście. A few years ago, when we won elections, we immediately decided to start to talk about the Baltic pipeline, which will be launched till the end of this year. So now we can say that we are not dependent on Russia, but we are absolutely independent of this barbarian country, and we can lead our sovereign energy policy based on our conditions. This is very important from our point of view. But we also try to encourage our partners in the European Union to follow our direction, to not be dependent, to be reasonable, to looking for the alternative sources of energy. And they are responding us, no, you must, until the 2030, you must completely reduce the CO2, or maybe 2040. We're saying, no, you should absolutely shut down the coal mines in Poland. You shouldn't. You should build your prosperity based on wind, based on sun, which is completely counterintuitive. It's absolutely not reasonable way of development of the European Union. We're saying them, no, it's impossible. It's impossible because Poland and other countries from eastern flank of the European Union who have completely different environment, we have completely different infrastructure. We need to moderate, improve this infrastructure, but we need time. It's impossible to do it within 10 years. It's absolutely impossible. So my prediction is that, and my prejudge, frankly speaking, is that it's not only, you know, the creating the new policy of the European Union and to fight for climate. It's not the real goal. It's not the real intention which is delivered by the European Commission. The real intention, this is my personal opinion, is to reduce the competitiveness inside the European Union and reduce the development of different countries in the European Union, take into account the great slogan to be greener, to protect our planet. So it's completely, as I said, it's a game. It's a game we should be absolutely aware, and we should be absolutely self-conceived and well prepared to respond for such policy and such argument delivered by European Union. So, looking forward to the discussion. Thank you very much again for your presence. I'm definitely sure that this is not the last conference in Warsaw, in Poland, organized by New Direction. We have a great cooperation with different think tanks in Poland, including Promyk Institute. I would like to thank you very much for your great contribution into this conference. It's a group young of people who are absolutely open-minded and absolutely fully interested in and determined to build the conservative message around the world based on different areas of activity of the European Union. And I'm absolutely sure that we can do a lot together in order to build the better future for all of us, for next generation, based on, as I said, the fair, reasonable conditions which should be implemented and which should be presented by different governments on the European Union level, including Poland. So thank you again. Wish you a great debate and see you soon in the different places when we are going to see each other on our path of development of New Direction, ECR party, ECR group in the future. Thank you very much.